And Moloko, you're not alone. Of course, you're with the chairperson of the Eskom board, Ntate Jabu Mabuza. Exactly what can we anticipate? And hopefully this will get us the lights kept on for a longer period of time.
Hello, Faith Mangope. Indeed, we are in Medupi in the northwestern part of Limpopo province. This is where the fourth largest power plant in the world was constructed. And as you correctly said, so far, 4 units until today were live. And the president announced also signing the certificate allowing the 5th unit to go live, and saying that by next year, June, hopefully the last and the 6th unit will be going live. And the president later went on to address the workers of Medupi, the blue-collar workers, promising them that government has no intentions of privatizing Eskom. However, let's get deep into the business of Eskom. The right man to speak about that is the chairperson of the board, Mr. Jabu Mabuza. Sir, thank you so much. Tell us what it means, the fact that you now have the 5th unit online. Are you saying that we will never see any load shedding going forward?
It is indeed a great milestone in the life of this power station that has been built since 2007. So commercializing Unit 2 is one step before we can say we've completed. This is the last Part 1 unit before we do Unit 1, hopefully by mid-year next year. As you know, we started with 2 units, 6, 5, 4, 3, now 2. So this has been a big journey and a big milestone that has been achieved. It's definitely going to go a long way in contributing to our plant, that is energy availability factors, to ensure that we keep the lights on. As you know, we've got most of our plants are on average 37 years. This goes a long way in replacing some of the units that we're losing as we go towards the end of life of the other power station, and we have to decommission them.
I need to ask you about the recent appointment of the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. De Ruyter. A lot of people criticize that appointment that you recommended as the board, saying that his track record from Sasol and at NEMPEC really isn't that glorious. Also, in view of the fact that the minister 3 weeks ago announced the unbundling of Eskom into 3 divisions, just take us through his responsibilities in view of those 3 units. Which one is he going to be heading once it's unbundled? How is he going to be working around it?
As you have indicated, the search for an Eskom CEO has started 3 months ago, and we've seen a lot of potential candidates, over 140 of them. The last 6 that we had to interview as the board, I can tell you in no uncertain terms that we, the board of Eskom, recommended Andre De Ruyter as the most suitable, able, willing and available to do this job.
Despite his track record?
Well, we don't have the time to talk about, because there is a bit of a misread of his track record. Andre has got a distinguished career. His performance at Sasol is there for everybody to know. We need to understand the context within which he went into NAMPAC. When he went into NAMPAC in 2014, NAMPAC had been coming at the back of having borrowed a lot of money to build power plants in Angola and Nigeria and Mozambique. As you know, those countries are all reliant on oil in Nigeria. When the oil price went the other way, they could not get their money out of Angola, and therefore Andre had to use money that was generated out of South Africa to pay dollar debt in Angola. Yeah. So I think it's a bit an unfair and with respect, the wrong comparison.
Yeah, let me ask you about the decision that you took as Eskom to switch off 3 municipalities in the Free State who owe you. Yes, generally we understand municipalities across the country owe you in the region of 50 billion rand, and you are in a financially precarious position. You need to get the money. Some consumers are paying. How are you going to strike the balance, firstly, but also making sure that customers who are paying municipalities and those municipalities not paying you do not suffer as a result?
We're in the business of selling electricity. Having generated it at cost, we need to recover that money. And it is actually not a right principle, it's not a right culture that people must get service that they don't pay for. So we need to also understand, and we do as ESCOM, understand that there are members of our community that just cannot. But there are also a lot of our members of our community that choose not to. And they allowing those that don't pay is an incentive, a wrong moral incentive for those that receive and can but don't pay. So we will be encouraged and emboldened by the President's call that says consumers, companies must pay for the services they get.
So tough luck for those who are paying municipalities, and municipalities don't pay you in return. They will also be affected.
Yes, we are addressing that, given some of the legal and the constitutional construct of this, and we will not stop there. We will, at the very least, start to attach the very assets of those municipalities, indeed their distribution assets, not only the cars of the mayors. We are going to be demanding to be paid. We need the money that we sell electricity for to pay the debt that we have and pay the cost, the employees that are generating this power.
Thank you so much, sir. We sincerely appreciate. Jabu Mabuza, he is the chairperson of the ESCOM board. We understand that the new CEO will be starting in his new job sometime in January. Back to you, Faith.
Thanks very much for that, Muloko Moloto, giving us the latest on that matter.